The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, their guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirely without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group, copyright 2025. All rights are reserved.
The march to freedom is long, and it must continue to evolve.
Led by God and grounded in Scripture.
March to freedom must be righteous, with a focus on accountability and sustainability to ensure that we leave no man behind.
Have the courage to do the right thing and get yourself a red Bible.
As we unleash the minds, you can be confident that the revolution is alive, and we will continue to document it.
This is Freedom March.
This is Freedom March. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Freedom March. I'm Levin Miller, and you're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's on Flow. And of course on ILTV Studios, where by now you should be following us. I'm joined in studio, as I often am, by the spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, spiritual advisor for the whole Bahamas. He's Bradley Roll. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much, Levan. Great to be here, man.
Yeah, Thursday,
and the beat goes on.
and the beat goes on. I thought we would have with us a wonderful guest from the breast cancer fight today.
Okay.
But of course, that didn't happen the way we thought. But that's fine, right? Because with all of what's happening in the news,
Plenty.
we could just continue to find news. The PLP is ratifying candidates tonight.
13.
How does that make you feel? Where you get this magic number from?
I'm sure this.
I ask PLPs, they tell me they ain't know.
Yeah?
So how a big FNM like you know is 13?
It ain't me, you know. One of the biggest news organizations in the country that has a very powerful drive, has a lot of good information.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Well, when I ask PLPs, they tell me they ain't know.
Eyewitness News knows. And ain't nothing much they don't know. They always seem to find.
Well, what else have they told you?
They even gave us the names. I don't know how they.
You have the names?
I don't know how they did it, but.
Give me 5 names right now. You know what you say, 13, so give me 7 names.
All right. The CEO, Sebastian. Sorry, how do you pronounce his name?
Sebastian?
Sebastian. Forgive me, boss.
His name is Sebastian. Sebastian Bastian.
Okay, Sebastian Bastian. He's one. Who else I saw? Pierre Glover Road.
Pierre Glover Road.
Barker's Road.
Who? Who?
The member of Parliament of South Beach.
Yo, you mean Barker's Road?
Which beach?
Well, South Beach. And what do you name?
Barker's Road.
Barker's Road. Who else? Who else on this list?
Who else did I see?
You can't give me 7.
Glenasana Mountain.
Okay. The Juggernaut has returned.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more.
I say 7, that's only 4.
Let's get it to
Bradley, if you could gossip.
it could gossip right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But boy.
You ain't got a gossiping at all.
Man.
Would you know Sebastian name on the list?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sebastian, Pierre, Barker's Road, and Glenasana Mountain. That's the best gossip Bradley got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know where he get this information from. I called PLPs.
And they don't know?
And they couldn't confirm this for me. But don't move. We got more gossip on the next side of the break. Freedom March will be right back.
Fill up box for all $30.
The new KFC Fill-Up Box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This is Freedom March. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. Again, I'm Levan Miller. And we're on 103.5 The Beat FM. I say this for the people that keep asking me every single day, where can I find the show? We're on 224, that's on cable. We're on 112. Write it down. Then just commit to just tell 5 of your friends every day where to find Freedom March. That's on Flow. And then, of course, we're on ILTV Studio, where by now, Bradley, if you've been watching the show,
Yeah, you should click following, and you should be following us.
you should be following us.
Indeed.
And in that way, every time we go hot, you go hot.
You get a notification.
Yeah.
Bing.
You only like the way hot sound, eh? I want when we get hot, Bradley, they get hot. You don't like that? You don't like that?
When we hot on
We
fire.
we gotta wake on some of these.
Hot on fire for the Lord?
What?
What do you mean when we get hot? What are you talking about?
I don't know, Bradley. Sometimes I just run hot.
Yeah, and you're right, because in here, it's kind of warm today.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You sure you're getting menopause?
Boy, it could possibility. I'm 59. I'm always wondering why every now and again I have these hot
Would
flashes.
you like us to also put a little, one of those little fizzy fountains with the ice water in it that the gals just use the carnival?
Yeah.
So every now and again I can just puff
so
you with little
that's
water.
what that is be, yeah. You see people be having this little thing in their hand and they just be doing this.
And the fancy ones have a little spray bottle on it so you could spray mist.
Yeah.
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 I suspect that by the end of the day, though, you should feel like a Detini with that amount of moisture trapping your skin.
Wow.
All right, but if Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, extraordinary and plenipotentiary, if he's here, then that means we have Holy Scripture.
We got Holy Scripture.
So Bradley, tell us, what does the Holy Scripture have to say to the people of Freedom March?
Now, Levan, I'll make sure I don't surprise people. But we got so much going on in the country today. We got the march, we got the teachers union. And
I hear they're
public
making new
service union.
demands, by the way.
Well, actually, they said they had 13 items that they wanted to bring to the Prime Minister's attention.
When did they tell the Prime Minister this?
And they managed to get through one. And they feel as if the other 12 items are items they need to discuss with the Prime Minister.
So when the Prime Minister hand you his document, you ain't hand him your document at the same time?
Well, the meeting was cut short. That first
Listen to what I'm
meeting was-
asking. The Prime Minister said, hey, y'all have a problem.
They probably did.
Here's my document.
They
you ain't
probably
just hand
did.
him your document
Yeah,
at the
they
same
probably
time?
did. Mind you, I understand today they went to the Prime Minister's office to deliver a letter. Now I don't know what the contents of the letter was, but they were trying to get the Prime Minister's attention. They met some resistance, but I think they finally end up getting through. Now I don't know what the contents of that letter is, but no doubt I think they want to.
While I can't tell you who all get ratified, I can tell you what the letter say.
Really?
Man,
Okay, so let's get.
you
let's-
take me for chop chicken liver.
Boy, you're in the big time.
My granddaddy say I big time on no time.
They say chopped chicken liver.
No,
baby.
I
This
big
is
time
the
on
big
no time. Yeah. You take me for a dip in fat. I'm a
Yeah.
diplomat, Bradley, not a dip in fat.
But the country is buzzing. There's
Okay.
just so much things going on. But listen, last week, Levan and I, we talked about fact checking the preacher.
Okay.
And now what I'm about to do, it may upset some of your people, right? But I'm going to do something just to show you how important it is to fact check
Yeah.
the preacher. The 3 most important subjects in the country today that by and large Bahamians are just so caught up in. You got politics, you got religion, and junk and all. Those 3 subjects, for some strange reason, it just takes Bahamian by storm when it comes to conversation.
Did we include Tingham them?
What's that, finance?
No.
Money.
No. Tingham them. You say we have politics,
The restaurant?
religion, and what else?
Tingham, you mean the restaurant
No,
down
we
the
have.
road?
No, we have. What, tell me what
we
you
got politics,
religion,
and junk and all.
and junk and all.
Those 3 subjects, yeah.
Tingham them.
Who, Platter Bear?
The LGBTQIA plus people them.
We haven't heard much
Don't
about
leave
them.
them. What you
Yeah,
mean?
they
They
ain't
want to go beat up the preacher them in the middle of the road, up the road here the other day?
Oh, when they had the march? When they had the, that was Walred.
You can't leave them out, Bradley. They have to be on the list.
LGBTQIA
Plus.
plus. Jesus,
Yeah.
almighty.
And I want to say that I've petitioned
else
the
they want?
LGBTQIA plus community to let me add the letter O so that I could be a listed orgisexual. I made it up and I want to add that. And if they support me, I will support them.
Yeah, indeed. So, there was a very popular Bahamian preacher that once lived and walked this land. Very popular, highly regarded by a lot. Mind you, a lot of things he said was positive. A lot of things he said was true. But because people never got in the habit of fact checking him, there were a lot of things that he said that was incorrect. And there's some clips now circulating on social media. People, I think they recognize it because the clips that are circulating now, they say, hey, we have checked this and we find this to be not true.
Okay.
And one of those clips that caught my attention yesterday, and I said to myself, this is what we were talking about last week. You have to fact check your preacher, because if you don't, you can find yourself going down a very slippery slope. So here's a clip of this very popular preacher that once walked the grain grass, the soil of the Bahamas, that a lot of people respected. But I want you to listen very carefully, because I'm going to show you, based on what he says and what the Bible says, that there is a big contradiction. But
I want you to think about something. Write this down. The church and the kingdom are not synonymous. Don't confuse the church with the kingdom of God. The kingdom existed before the church. Jesus Christ never preached church. He only mentioned the word church once. Once. And it was never in public. He mentioned the church in a private meeting with 12 men. He never said it publicly. And it was in a conversation where he was talking about influence. He began the conversation with a question. Who do men say that I am? That's how the conversation began. And they were quiet because they didn't know the answer. And then one of them said, some say that you are a prophet. Others say that you are Elijah. That's a prophet. Some say you are Elias. That's a prophet. Some say you are John the Baptist, come back from the dead. That's a prophet. Some say you are the prophet. That's a prophet. They're all prophet. Every answer was wrong. And that's important. Jesus Christ was not a prophet. Muhammad is a prophet. Baha'u'llah is a prophet. Joseph Smith was a prophet, the Mormons. Christ was never a prophet. Don't put Jesus Christ in the category of Muhammad. Muhammad was a prophet. Why is this important? Because prophets, whoever they are, speak for their God. If you are God, you don't need no one to speak for you when you arrive.
Now this is interesting. This is interesting. It is also very dangerous if you don't fact check your preacher. Now he says Jesus Christ was not a prophet. He also solidified his statement by saying he was never a prophet. I want you to remember that, because what I'm about to show you, based on scripture, contradicts what he said. That's why we say it's so important to fact check your preacher. Watch this now. He says Jesus was not a prophet. Producer, give me that first scripture. Let's see what the Word of God has to say about this. I told you it's going to upset some people today. I'm so sorry, but you know, this is what happens when you don't fact check your preacher. The first passage one is, do you have Deuteronomy? Let's go back to the Old Testament where Moses, years and years and years and years before Jesus even came down in the likeness of human flesh, Moses prophesied that a prophet was going to be raised up. And here's his prophecy in Deuteronomy 18, verse 15. Moses says, the Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among you, from your fellow Israelites. You must listen to him. All right? Deuteronomy, this is a prophecy. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. Now watch this same prophecy concerning this prophet being raised up, actually being fulfilled in the New Testament, and we're going to see who was this person who was raised up as a prophet, like Moses, from among the Israelites. Give me that New Testament passage. Follow me now. This is very important. You got to fact check your preacher. Watch this now. This is the apostle in his message to the Jews. He says, Moses said, the Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among your own people. Listen carefully to what he tells you. Then Moses said, anyone who will not listen to that prophet will be completely cut off from God's people. Who's that prophet? Starting with Samuel, every prophet spoke about what is happening today. Go ahead, producer. And you are the children of those prophets, and you are included in the covenant of promise to your ancestors. For God said to Abraham, through your descendants, all the families on the earth will be blessed. Watch this now. When God raised up his servant Jesus, he sent him first to you people of Israel to bless you by turning each of you back from your simple ways. Who was that prophet who was raised up? Jesus Christ was that prophet. Watch this now. And guess what? The Jews recognize it. In Matthew 21, verse 11, the crowds answered, this is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth in Galilee. Now pray tell me, either there's Bible ignorance or it was deliberate, but the Bible confirms that Jesus Christ was in fact a prophet. But it's interesting that the preacher that once walked this side of eternity, he says that Muhammad was a prophet. He recognized Muhammad as a prophet. I can rebut that. He recognized Joseph Smith, the man who started the Mormon church. He recognized Joseph Smith over Jesus. He says that he believed that Joseph Smith was a prophet. But for some strange reason, says that Jesus Christ was not a prophet. This is very disturbing. And it tells you how important it is for us to fact check the scriptures when our preacher says things. And the reason for that, don't forget now, they're humans. And they can make mistakes, but this one is a blatant mistake. When I saw this on social media, I was like, wow, this is interesting. Was Jesus a prophet? Of course he was. The Bible says that he was. The crowds answered, this is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth in Galilee. Thank you so much, producer. Powerful indeed. Fact check your preacher, folks. You gotta do it. These men, they are mere mortals and they're subject to weakness and failings just like everybody else. I don't know what happens sometimes. They don't search the subject properly, and you have to do that. You have to search the scriptures properly so that you can come to the right conclusions on matters, so that you don't make mistakes. Because when you say these things, you have people who are gullible, they accept these things, and they don't do their fact checking. And that's what we need to do. Fact check.
Christianity actually invites you to do that, to fact check.
Fact check. Fact check your preacher. And as a matter of fact, when you look at the definition, producer, get the scriptures I told you. Let me just show you something. Let me just show you. When you look, because I was going to ask you to go to ChatGPT and look up the definition of a prophet. Producer, get that passage for me. John chapter 12, verse number 49, right? John chapter 12, verse number 49. A prophet is one who speaks on behalf of God or one who speaks on behalf of a God. Yes, we recognize that Jesus Christ was God in the flesh. But guess what Jesus says? That qualifies him as a prophet by what he said. A prophet is one who speaks on behalf of another person, of God. Look at what Jesus says. For I did not speak on my own, but the Father who sent me commanded me to say all that I have spoken. Obviously, Jesus Christ is a prophet by definition, because the definition of prophet is someone who speaks on behalf of a God. Jesus says, "For I did not speak on my own, but the Father who sent me commanded me to say all that I have spoken."
What did Jesus prophesy?
Wow. Jesus prophesied about the kingdom coming and dwelling among men, and it did happen. Jesus prophesied about building his church, and it came to fruition, and it happened. Jesus Christ prophesied that they were going to put him to death, and 3 days later, he was going to raise from the dead, and it
prophesied.
happened.
You know, and here's what I tell people. I agree with you, right? You have an obligation to
Fact
test
check.
the Bible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go and read it for yourself. Don't ever tell me what your pastor say. I stop listening when you say, my pastor say, click, I cut my ears off. When you tell me the Bible say,
That's a
I
different
say,
story.
show it to me.
Absolutely. Book,
Right?
chapter, and verse.
But it reminds me of the story about the preacher from Anders. You ever heard the story of the preacher from Anders?
No.
Preacher from Anders, he was getting up in the age. The board of the church tell him he should retire. He said, retire and I build this church. I'm not retiring. So he said, you know what he's going to do? He's going to get some young, fiery preachers. He's going to have a 3-day revival. So they have a Thursday night revival. He brings in a hot preacher. Wednesday night revival, he brings in a hot preacher. Thursday night revival, he brings in another hot preacher. Now the church is packed because they got a hot preacher preaching in Andres. Friday night, the pastor of the church gets up and he takes up his note. And he said, I'm going to preach to you all tonight about the sermon about how Jonah swallowed a whale. The people in the audience say, preach! And the fella started to preach about how Jonah swallowed a whale. And his wife, realizing he was in error, said, baby, he said, woman, let my cloak go. I in high gear now. And Jonah swallowed a whale. And my God, the whale was in the belly of Jonah. 3 days and 3 nights. What do you think the congregation said? Yeah!
Oh,
and
boy.
while in
Jonah
the
swallowed a
belly
whale.
of Jonah, the whale prayed. And God, the wife say, hold on, honey. He say, woman, loose me, let me preach. While in the belly of Jonah, the whale
And see, that's the
prayed.
problem. This emotional preaching is what this get
And
people.
God,
And they don't go and check the
people
Bible.
say, yeah, heard the prayer of the whale. And I want to tell you, the Bible tell me that Jonah spit out the whale. The woman say, baby, the whale swallowed Jonah. He said, well, great God from Mount Zion, all I could tell you is some swallowing was going on.
Yeah.
Fact check it, preacher.
Jonah swallowed the whale, or the whale swallowed Jonah?
All I could tell you, Bradley,
Some kind of swallowing was
some
there.
swallowing was going on. Don't go. Freedom March. We'll be right back after this break.
Indeed. This is Freedom March.
This is Freedom March. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you for staying with us. Bradley Roll,
What's your
spiritual advisor. If you all know what I must go through on these breaks. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor, is here with me. And let's just get right out of the gate. So yesterday, can we pull the clip of the post from Denley Penn Mackey yesterday? Here is the power of effective communication. And here's why I'm pointing this out, right? There is a school of thought in this country that apparently only lawyers have acumen and aptitude, eh?
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
Only them been to school. And they say silly things like, I went to the London School of Economics, that's why I studied law.
And lawyers run the country, you know.
Yeah, they say silly things to me like, oh, I'm a Harvard-trained lawyer. Yeah? Well, I studied the bar at Wales.
London trained.
Yeah. Well, when I sat the bar, I actually did the LLB, and then I went and I did the LLE and the LLM, and, you know, I just thought to myself that, you know, I would go and I would take the bar at Kensington. I've told you before, I would say to you again. There was a time in my life when I was impressed by London-trained lawyers. However, much to my chagrin, I have found that many of them couldn't navigate themselves out of a wet 1-inch brown paper bag. Conversely, I've often found that common men, plumbers, I like plumbers, and I see you all talking about fixing the problem in Pinewood. Don't try to fix the flooding problem around here, and y'all listening to me, unless y'all call Brenton Road. I don't know how much time to say this. All right. I know that is not a paid ad. But, where was I, spiritual advisor? But, it always gives my heart great joy when I see people that are common people, and I've been following this in social media because it has a bit of a buzz, right? Never in my life's history has anyone ever considered a mortician anything spectacular, right?
Other than they have to outlive those who
Except for they have the one business that people are dying to go and see them,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
And for all of my life, almost, the only name around here that had any weight was Feely Demerit, right? My grandma used to say, I can send you to the shop with my change, and if you don't bring back the right change, Feely can measure your collar size this weekend.
Feely was a poor man, mortician.
So, it always gives my heart great joy when I see people who are not necessarily politically astute, right? Denley Penn is a newcomer to politics, who are not necessarily juggernauts, if you will, who certainly aren't lawyers, because I will also tell you this. Bradley, you ready? Where the camera would just look at me. This one.
This one, yeah.
Never confuse LLB with JOB. Because plenty of them have a LLB with no JOB, so that makes them a BUMB. You following me? Good. And that's bum with a B. So that's a big bum. All right? And so, I saw this yesterday. It obviously took fire on social media. Put the post back up. I'll read it again, just for context. You have it? Producer? Yeah. Okay, this is like at the bottom. Where the top piece is. So anyway, while we work on that, there it is. You want to read it? Because I read it yesterday. You read it.
Yeah, okay. This is from Southern Shores FNM candidates. I am deeply concerned and disappointed in regards to the recent conduct displayed toward the leader of the opposition, Lincoln Bain, who is also a public figure aspiring to lead this nation. Let me remind you, sir, respect is cornerstone of any functioning democracy. While political disagreement and robust debate are healthy and expected, personal attacks, public ridicule, or any form of deliberate disrespect towards fellow leaders, especially those entrusted by the people to hold government accountable, undermine not only individuals but the democratic institutions we all serve. It is particularly troubling when such conduct comes from someone seeking the highest office in the land. Let me make this emphatically clear. Leadership is not merely about power or popularity. It is about character, maturity, and the ability to engage constructively with different views, especially when they come from political opponents. A potential head of state must exemplify the values of unity, tolerance, and mutual respect. The leader of the opposition represents the voices of people and plays an essential role in our democracy. Disrespecting that office directly or indirectly signals a disregard not just for an individual, but for the people and principles that office embodies. I urge you to reflect on the example you are setting and consider the long-term consequences of divisive and disparaging rhetoric. Our nation needs leaders who can rise above personal grievances and lead with dignity, humility, and inconclusiveness. Mr. Bain, I'm demanding that a public apology be given to the Honorable Michael Pintard with immediate effect.
And people took to social media, to her page. I invite you all to go and check it out. I'll tell you what was funny. Beneath that post were people that were hurling insults and saying, well, who she is, all she is a mortician, Mescalberry people, la 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 la. I again say to you, that lawyer don't mean smart. You know that, right? And some of these lawyers, they only got law degree because their daddy had enough money to buy the books for the library, so the college give them a gentleman's C. You with me?
Yeah. Lawyers, some of them are not smart.
Some of them have an LLB and they are quite DUMB.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Don't lose your thought, because I just want to make a quick point to show you how some lawyers are not smart. Mr. Lawyer, let me ask a question. How do you draw up a power of attorney for a man who's been diagnosed with dementia 2 years prior to drawing up the power of attorney? How do you do that? How do you draw up a power of attorney for a man with dementia when the power of attorney states in the first line, I, John Doe, of sound mind? He's right. Some of you are not smart. I did my research.
Yeah.
And
they have LLB, but they don't have no JOB because they DUMB. Wow. And so there is a BUMB. Because I can't find nowhere else to put this last loose B I got. Right?
It's amazing.
And so, we saw the communication from Denley Penn. It is okay if people throw mud at her, because she is now a public figure. So you just throw any mud you want at her, and she better be Teflon, my brother, because this is public life. So they can say things about her like she ain't smart, she ain't no lawyer, she just a funeral director, as if being a funeral director ain't something you have to go to college for. I mean, unless you're that other guy that is just throw you in the bush. Well, he ain't had to go to college, but everybody else, I suspect, been to college, right?
Of course, yeah.
And you also need
to study mortuary
you
science.
also need business acumen. Other than that, you'll end up with just your degree. But you could tell from her business and its prominence that obviously the woman knows that 1 + 1 is 2, eh? Fantastic stuff. So she made that statement yesterday, and that statement, I'm just trying to show people the power of effective communication. That's why you don't have to curse people out in the road. And so some people were also saying, well, Michael Pintard say funny things to him too. And Bradley, I agree. This is why I oftentimes tell people, I from Angliston. My Grammy had 14 sons. She had 54 grandsons. I practice plenty fighting. So when I say something to you with my throat, I prepare to defend that with my chest. I ain't going to duck down. You follow it? And when you live in a small society, you have to be fully prepared that when you say the chief is a thief, you're going to walk right out of this door into the gas station, and guess who's the first person you're going to run into? The same person you just cursed out.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So you better let the utterances that come out of this little tunnel here not be bigger than the capacity of this span here to defend. You follow it? Fantastic. And so, if they were men with less resolve, I imagine Lincoln could just slap him in his head and move on. But because they are men of resolve, they can't throw hands.
But he apologized, didn't he?
Man, you gonna let me get to that?
You're taking too long.
Oh boy. They are men of resolve, and as a consequence, they can't just beat up one another.
Okay.
So, Lincoln say, that's why your wife leave you. No, Pintard say that. Pintard say that's why your wife leave you. Lincoln say, and you was a crackhead. You was a crackhead and I want you to stop taking drugs.
There were some harsh words. Oh, man.
So for the people that do not understand the difference in the dynamic, and I agree with Miss Penn, drug abuse is not something that you could make fun of. There are certain things, particularly if you are in public life, that are just off limits. No matter how you feel about alternative lifestyle people, Bradley, if you go into public life, you cannot make fun of them.
No.
That's why I had a difficulty with Darkwing Duck calling people faggots while he was receiving remuneration from the public purse. Because when you agree to take the salary, when you agree to take the public support, the public financing, when you agree that you're not going to go on a job with your muscle and work, and that your money is going to come from the good graces and the will of people because they want you to represent them, you have to adopt what is considered the socially accepted norms. How many times have you heard that on this show?
Yeah, numerous of times. Yeah.
And so, if a poor man wife leave him, I think the person to make fun of is the wife, because she get to be married to this boy and leave with nothing. We should say, ha ha ha, that's why you marry a poor man. You could make fun of that. Everyone could make fun of that. Because there is no catastrophe in a wife leaving you.
What are you talking about? If your wife leaves you, it is
if your one wife leave you,
it's a
go get one new wife.
No, it ain't that easy. That's easier said than done.
And besides, I already tell you 1,000 times, these married fellas don't like their wife. So I understand why when she leave, you're like, married fellas don't like their wife. Right. And since they don't like their wife, when she go, especially if you was poor, who you think is the person we should make fun of? The wife. That ain't nothing. Everyone can crack that as a joke. What you cannot crack as a joke, Bradley, is that someone who may have even been addicted to prescribed drugs. Because you know that America is having something called the opioid crisis, right?
Okay.
Do you know the opioid crisis? That ain't marijuana. It ain't heroin.
Is it opium?
Yes. Do you know where opium is found? In prescription drugs.
Okay.
And so people that are strung out on drugs, get this, they are victims. And you simply cannot make fun of victims. That is almost like going to the people in the Gaza Strip and say, ha ha ha, that's why your house get blow up. You just can't say it. And you certainly shouldn't say it if you have public aspirations, Bradley, because it is socially abnormal. But if a poor man wife leave him, that means the only thing she leave with is a 2-palm print. What's so funny about that? What's so cataclysmic about that? What is the catastrophe? So Pintard say, ha! Your wife leave you and you ain't got no house. Fine, I'm a poor man. It's possible that I will lose my wife and my house. 72% of the Negroes that have wives lose it. Apparently, it's easier to lose a wife than it is to lose a watch. So I don't get it. I don't even understand why that's offensive. But it is socially offensive, Bradley, to make fun of people who quite possibly may have been a victim. The drug abuse may have been stirred. How do you know the man wasn't touched as a child? And as a consequence, he's using drugs to drown the pain. You see how much that could spiral out of control? You just simply cannot make fun of drug use. There are some socially accepted norms that you just have to adopt if you're going to be in public life. And I think Ms. Denley Penn Mackey communicated that quite aptly yesterday, right?
Okay.
So much so that her writing, or whatever you want to call this thing, because I don't really even think Facebook is a real place that you should get information from for public figures, but I see the newspaper them doing it, so I doing it.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Here is what that triggered yesterday, last night, when Lincoln Bean, right after calling the man a drug addict,
Going to church,
ran into him at the same event at the Baptist church.
I want to say this before I go on, Bishop, if you would allow me. I had an interaction at the House of Assembly today. We were there to protest, doing our civic duty. It's a part of democracy. And I had an exchange with the leader of the opposition, a very inappropriate exchange that Reverend Sanders would not have been proud of. And I want to take this opportunity in church to say to you, Michael Pintard, I humbly apologize for my part in that. Because one thing a man must know how to do is identify when he is wrong and humbly, without qualification, apologize.
And so he say, Michael, man, that's a little hot. Boy, I didn't even know I was hot like that. But you talk about my wife, and I only had one wife so far, and I didn't know what to say. So I said something that he has said was inappropriate. I also want to say, Lincoln, don't please, man, you all leave Reverend Dr. Charles W. Sanders out this. I take that kind of thing personal.
No, but it's positive though. He says he understands and recognizes
Call somebody else.
The kind of person Charles Sanders was while he lived.
Do you somebody else?
I believe Charles Sanders
Like
may have
use
played
Rodney
a
Frazier
part.
or somebody like that. Don't use Charles Sanders.
But listen, Charles Sanders may have played a part in him.
No, use somebody
figure
who
he was
you
a
know
role model.
understands the
Wow.
value of forgiveness. Because Charles Sanders was saved from the day I meet him. So please do not tarnish.
But guess what? In all honesty though, this is a serious thing. The man apologized. You understand what I mean?
I'm disagreeing with you.
Yeah, that means we gotta let this go now.
Stay with me. That's like
He
a Baptist message. You just keep
apologized.
You just keep screaming, preach. Let me go, right?
So what you want to do with this now?
Hold on. My God, you're just like a keyboard player in a black church. Give me a little chance. So, Lincoln apologizes.
Yes, he did.
I take offense with him saying the name Charles Sanders. That
Why?
is. But use somebody else, Rev.
Disappointment on his behalf. He said, listen,
No.
man, he knows that if Charles Sanders was alive, he would have been disappointed in his
Don't
behavior.
use Charles. Use somebody else. That's my personal grievance there. But I accept the apology.
Okay.
Right? Just don't say Charles Sanders. All right? And so the leader of the opposition, producer, responds to the apology from the leader of the COI on the on the steps of the Parliament this morning. And here's what he said. Producer? Yeah.
It is most unfortunate that there are persons in the society who have the ability to lie on people and seek to damage their reputation and do so consistently. And when convenient, they don't say what I said was false. I know it to be false. I intended it to be injurious, and I now withdraw and apologize. That's an apology to me. And so it is most unfortunate, and in short order, I'll have another answer.
That other answer, could you be seeking legal action?
I'm through with that for the moment, but thanks for the question.
And so, spiritual advisor on this show the other day, you talked about the power of inference, yes? Mm-hmm. And so Michael Pintard said, man, I ain't accepting no apology from this boy. This boy set out to make me look bad, and I ain't like that. Now, Michael Pintard, the manly thing to do would have been say, boy, I think I might have poked the bear a little too hard. I didn't realize that was a soft spot for him. And so, boy, Lincoln, let's don't take it down that pathway anymore, eh? Even if he doesn't accept the apology. What you've done is injurious, and I don't want us go down that pathway no more. So now, I wake up this morning. Did I wake up this morning? I wake up at some point, and I see that Miss Dennerly Penn-Mackey comments again, right? You want to read it?
Yes, so I am advised, this is a statement come from Dennerly Penn-Mackey. I'm advised that Mr. Bain apologized. Let this be a reminder to all that while Mr. Bain's comments were baseless and unsubstantiated, he acknowledged his mistake and owned it. Thank you for your maturity, Lincoln. Now, let the politics continue. That's powerful.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's powerful indeed.
Wonderful.
Now.
And she no LLB.
Now here's the point though. Does the leader of the opposition feel the same way she does?
I don't think so. Play the leader of the opposition clip again. This is what I've deduced by inference, right? Play the leader of the opposition clip again.
It is most unfortunate that there are persons in the society who have the ability to lie on people and seek to damage their reputation and do so consistently. And when convenient, they don't say, what I said was false. I know it to be false. I intended it to be injurious, and I now withdraw and apologize. That's an apology to me. And so it is most unfortunate, and in short order, I'll have another answer.
That other answer.
In short order, I will have another answer. Well, firstly, Michael, he can't withdraw it from my heirs. So where would he be withdrawing the statement from? See how when you all just practice, I almost missed and say the word. You see how when you all just practice tomfoolery, it just comes out as tomfoolery. And the thing that disappoints me most is on most good days, you could describe Lincoln Bain as a cockwomble. Why would you let him get you that hot? Right? But he obviously says that we're going to deal with this, or you will hear from me on this matter again. They ask, are you going to take legal action? He pivots from that because I don't think it is about legal action. I think the bunch of womanish advisors that keep advising this party have just decided that they're going to go and set out on social media to destroy the leader of the COI. So let's see what has happened since that, even though Ms. Penmaki has called for there to be decency.
They call him Stinking Lincoln. This man is a lying demon. Up at the place always thieving. Slick and artist, plenty people. He always swinging. My God, people, if you're smart, watch out for Stinking Lincoln. 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 Yeah, an unstable man who is hungry for power. Lies more than the fish in the sea, drinks water. He will thief from you, even thief from Grammy. Lincoln is the most thieving political Johnson in this country. They call him Stinking Lincoln. This man is a lying demon.
Oh, wow.
By inference, we got time to play the leader of the opposition clip again. By inference.
We didn't infringe on copyright tonight.
Now, how? And you could tell AI make that song.
Okay.
Play the leader of the opposition clip again.
It is most unfortunate that there are persons in the society who have the ability to lie on people and seek to damage their reputation and do so consistently. And when convenient, they don't say, what I said was false. I know it to be false. I intended it to be injurious, and I now withdraw and apologize. That's an apology to me. And so it is most unfortunate, and in short order, I'll have another answer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, something else is going on.
Deduction by inference, yeah?
Yeah. It seems that the leader...
Sound like you all just plan to have one big mudslinging competition.
But it seems as if the leader of the opposition is moving in a direction where he wants the apology to match, in his mind, what he considers...
The man apologized on God holy pulpit.
Yeah, but he...
Before
wants,
the elders, in the face of the elders.
He apologized in a...
And he summoned the saints. He
Yeah,
called Reverend Charles W. Sanders.
Yeah.
Which, if you know Charles Sanders good enough, after that little stand yesterday, Rev was good DDT Lincoln on that for trying to come up to that pulpit last
So
night.
let me ask
the Charles Sanders I know.
Was the leader of the opposition there?
He was. He sat right there in the pew, 2 seat from where the podium was. He must see one Lincoln rub his back.
Maybe.
I don't know what he want.
But now, this interview was before the church service, right?
Say what?
This interview, this was today? With the leader of opposition.
I saw it in the news today. It is in today's
news. We need
news.
to find out the timeline on that. Because if it was before...
No, but he's talking about the apology.
Yeah.
So he have to be talking about the apology that was made last night. He couldn't.
So
He couldn't pre-speak about the apology.
So then this was the day.
That is what the commentary suggests. Yes.
So it seems as if the Leader of the Opposition doesn't accept Lincoln's apology.
Here's my question. What other place will we hear from this matter except for in a court? Because the last time I heard, it just happened to by chance be the same guy who was involved with the other two fellas. You remember the last two fellas?
They've been to court?
Been to what court, Bradley? No. Who are the two names synonymous with Michael Pintard?
Go ahead.
Toogie and Bobo.
Man.
Well, Michael, well,
I wasn't going down
let
that
God
road.
arise
Yeah,
and
but
let the enemy be scattered.
I'm not getting into that, man. That kind of stuff could be dangerous. I'm not
If
getting
you
into that.
oh boy, if you say, I am going to deal with this matter in another way or in another place, whatever
What
it
is
is.
what is the suggestion?
Well, the only place civilized people is deal with discourse is
the court alone?
in the court. So either we going, you know what I mean?
I have some advice for the Leader of the Opposition.
You know what I mean when I do that?
Yeah.
So we probably either we going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the court.
But what court?
Now, I can't read mine, so you got to say.
This
Don't
why
do this
you
to me,
need-
man.
this why you need old
yeah,
people.
but don't do this to me, man.
Or
Don't
they
read minds,
plan
man.
to start a mud-slinking competition like the one we just saw. Y'all don't move, Freedom March is coming back.
This is Freedom March.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levin Miller, and again, you're listening to us on channel 103.5 The Beat FM, channel 224 on cable, channel 112 on Flow, and of course ILTV Studios on Facebook, where you should be following us. I actually feel like hearing the song one more time, though. You think it's malice if I listen to it one more time, Bradley?
See, you remember?
One more time.
But, yeah, but that song is very derogatory as well. You know what I mean? And who knows?
I make this song.
Lincoln may be trying to track down who made that song.
Oh, well, the best way to do it is airplay. Airplay.
I don't like that song. That does nothing to help.
It doesn't. That don't make.
Situation,
you know what? Can we play my song then? Can we play the jingle for the FNA? Let's play the FNA jingle. I still gonna play the song one more time before the show.
Imaginary FNA, the Free National Alliance.
You gotta watch it. You better watch it for the
Mr.
song
Medusa,
making people make one song.
When do you think the FNA is going to ratify or let the public know who their candidates are?
We want to see who everybody else ratified, Bradley. The PLP is the government. They ain't ratify all their candidates yet. You tell me something but 13, they need 26 more. Anyway, let me watch some of this FNM-ness out of the TV. Please play the jingle for the FNA.
Cause we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. Tell them take the FNM, we ain't one of them. And the PLP is a gangster party. The COI is a party made up by just one guy. So if you wanna go all the way, come go with the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA.
See why you can't vote for the FNM? They can't even beat us dancing. Oh my goodness. Bradley, I do want to send a shout out with all of the striking going on in the country, with all of the public servants who very upset, with everybody who mad, because I ain't sure why they mad. They out there walking to the Prime Minister's office like he in the wake. He the wake, you know. You just go just walk by your friend's office.
The Prime Minister's office is a public place, right?
Yeah, but he the wake.
Yeah, well,
so you know if you ain't honest.
Remember, they didn't ask to go see him, you know. They went there to deliver a letter. They just needed a letter delivered.
But they just dropped it. You could send it with the courier. You didn't want to send it with the courier?
If you look at the video, you'll see that she was doing just that. She was trying to get to somebody who could deliver the letter to the Prime Minister. Now, her very first stop was met with some sort of opposition, because apparently the question she asked the person, the answer the person gave her wasn't satisfactory. She said, okay, I'm trying to deliver this letter. Who's in charge here? We want to get this letter to the Prime Minister. Seems as if that's all they wanted to do. And somebody did eventually come.
But you know what I know about the Prime Minister? And I even ain't one of the Prime Minister, like, you know, like, confidants or anything. You know, you could just email him, right?
I guess you could.
Yeah, you know, the Prime Minister accepts emails. I know why they still letting the Prime Minister, like, have, you know, an unsecured email account, but you could email him.
But you know what? I listened today to Belinda Wilson giving a detailed explanation about this whole saga. And of a truth, I can say there's two sides to every story.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm convinced.
That was prolific, Bradley. That was prolific. It was profound.
There's two sides to every story.
Yeah. Wow. Like
so if you listen to her, you would take a different perspective, you know.
Wow.
But, you know, that's how these things go.
So anyway, while all the public servants them was sweating up themselves downtown, I'm happy to report, Bradley, that wasn't everybody. I was down at the road traffic department on yesterday, right? And I was happy to find that the full complement of the staff were there. The inspectors at the sports center was there. The inspectors at the, what is the name of this road here?
University Boulevard.
Harold Road.
What road you talking about?
That's where the road traffic people is.
You say what the name of this road is here?
The road, with, I talking about road traffic.
Oh,
Bradley.
road traffic is on Tonic Williams Island Highway.
Oh boy. The road traffic people was there, and of course, Wendy Culmer, who is a fixture in the department, she was also there, just wonderfully present. And you know what's so funny? Because I would have had 23 years in the public service had I not left. And I meet Wendy there about 23 years ahead of that. And to think, with 46 years in the public service, Wendy is still awake almost till 5 o'clock. I can't believe this, right?
Dedicated.
And this while the public service union striking. Yeah?
Dedicated.
So, I want to send a shout out to the people in road traffic who were at work, Bradley. Yeah? Good stuff. I also want to send a shout out to the girls at the blood bank at PMH, who, although I think they come under the PHA and are quasi-government, are also public servants. And Bradley, they were at work. And they were fully resourced, and my time went very smoothly. And I advise people, you know, go donate blood. It keeps you safe. It can help your heart out. Just help your cholesterol. My cholesterol used to be high until I started donating blood regularly. Now I don't have that issue anymore. And besides, it's a chance to give someone a chance at the one chance we all need, eh? Life. And so, they were at work. And I am reliably informed that all of the people at NIB was at work. And they too are public servants. And so I'm very happy to see that although it is being called a national strike, there are many public servants that are actually still to work, Bradley, and I think that that is a commendable thing.
Yeah, I think they say only 36% of the teachers are missing. So
yeah. So while it appears as though Rome is on
3
fire,
or 4 every 10.
while it appears as though Rome is on fire, there are still some people that ought to be commended for the efforts that they're giving. And while I'm at this, right, since I'm talking about public servants, I also want to send a special shout out to Pastor Trajane Jadarit. You know him?
Is that the guy from New Covenant?
Yes. You mean the pastor?
Yeah.
Yes, he's the pastor. The guy from New Covenant. Wow.
Yeah.
He's the pastor.
You mean the gentleman from New Covenant Baptist Church?
Yes, the pastor.
Okay.
Who also...
How do you spell that pastor?
Bradley. He also happens to be chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation.
Okay. Okay.
And he's been a masterful chairman. I will say this the entire time that I sat in another dispensation of my life. He's certainly always only been one phone call away. And guess what? He is an active member of the Han and Kimber Brigade.
Okay.
Who is led by?
Leon Lundy.
Leon Lundy. So Leon Lundy...
Am I on some kind of quiz today?
I'm trying to help you, Bradley. So Leon Lundy and the Han and Kimber Brigade is ably assisted by Pastor Trajane Jadarit, who has always been very, very benevolent, very kind, and very supportive. And so I wanted to shout him out. And then also, Bradley, yesterday was Wednesday, and because yesterday was Wednesday, that means...
I don't know. You gotta tell me.
Wednesday is Baba Day, Bradley. Wednesday is Baba Day.
You didn't go?
Which... Bradley...
It don't look so.
Bradley...
Did you?
Bradley, as sure as the sun rises...
Sorry, I'm looking at the TV. Yeah, you did go.
And sets in the west.
They're not fading you anymore?
I decided that I wanted to change my look for the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
well,
my
that's
friends...
why I look and I'm saying it doesn't look any different.
I also didn't have a beard last week, Bradley, but I have a beard this week. Right?
Listen, to be honest with you, if a beautiful...
You got this one size fit all?
It ain't that. It ain't that. If... You know, we have a beautiful secretary that works here. Yeah. And if she walks through the door, I would notice her.
Wow.
You know, I don't want nobody to say I like it.
I hope I don't knock you down. That's what. So anyway, so to my friends over at Island Connect, y'all please go check Ali and the crew over at Island Connect out. And then, last but not least, who else I want to say hello to? Oh boy. My friends at Kingsman Collection.
Yes, the code guys.
Yeah, you go and make sure they make you one of the Kingsmen, okay?
Yeah.
We got birthdays?
Yeah, we got some birthdays. Let's do these birthdays quickly. Here we go. Producer, did you send them to me? Yes. We want to send a happy belated birthday shout out to Elvian Pinder. Elvian Pinder, happy belated birthday to the physio and foodie. Who's that? Elivian? Elvian, one of the one with them. I'm sorry, ma'am. Forgive me. I had to struggle with these fancy names. Okay, so happy belated birthday to Elvian. She's one of the women them, and we do appreciate you. Terrence Thompson Jr. He's celebrating his Golden Jubilee today. We send a shout out to him today from this show, coming from his wife Desiree, his children Caitlin Thompson Hepburn, Joshua Christian.
That's a mean jacket.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a mean jacket.
Yeah, I like that. Akkad and Avad Thompson, his son-in-law Amado Hepburn, parents Terrence Thompson and Marilyn Clark, siblings, in-laws, family, and friends. Enjoy your day, Terrence. We love you. Mario Sr., happy birthday to Mario Sr. And then, of course, we're doing a happy anniversary to the Brennans. Happy anniversary to Ezra and Shannon Brennan from his sons, Ronaldo and Raymond, daughter-in-law, Ashdale, granddaughter, Aliana, Bishop Chadwick, and First Lady James, and the entire Mekadish Ministries.
Makadish.
Makadish.
Not in the Bible, Bradley. You have to know that word.
M-E-K.
Makadish.
Makadish. I tell you, I've been in school a little while now, you know.
Okay.
Makadish.
You're over-enunciating.
It's Makadish.
So when you say it fast, how it sounds?
Makadish.
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 Yes. You don't have to
what is Makadish Ministries family. I'm so sorry, people. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary to the Brennans.
That I understand are quite avid listeners to this show, Bradley. They do not miss a single episode, I'm told.
Wow. We thank them so much.
They turn it on every day and told. Yeah, and they have wonderful sons, by the way. One is very big and very strong. He's very big. I don't know, he has to be like a pro something.
Football player?
I don't know, she's a pro big person. He's like a super duper big person.
Okay, so sumo wrestler.
Not like that big.
Oh.
Bradley. Oh, boy. Is that everybody on the birthday list?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
So, you want to open up the phone lines and talk to these people?
Yeah, let's do that. And we recognize that some people are still experiencing flooding in certain areas. So you call us, let us know so we can pass this information on to the Ministry of Works. But we're going to open the lines now. It's 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. So the lines are officially open. So it seems as if all roads are going to lead to this road here.
Oh, no. When I turn out here, I can turn this way.
What is road name?
When I come outside, right, I can say, hey, where the PLP them meeting? And as soon as they point that out to me, my brother, I go on the next way, Bradley.
Yeah, call.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello, caller.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Mr. Miller. Mm-hmm. This FNA you keep talking about.
We don't play.
You don't play, but that's something like Larry Moe and Curly Joe.
No.
Nothing but a joke.
Listen, you ever heard? Do you watch football?
Mr.
Do you watch football?
Social advisor.
Yes, sir.
You quote a scripture in John chapter 12, verse 49.
All right.
And say.
Quote it for me. Go ahead.
And you say, when Jesus said, I have not spoken of myself.
On my own, yeah.
But the Father which sent me. Mr. Earl, isn't that prove my point?
No, it doesn't.
That God is the Father and Jesus is his only Son?
We know that, but Jesus is still God, though.
How could he be God and a prophet and God is so different?
All right, so what to do, you got to call me because we don't have the time to go through that.
Okay, that's the last point.
Call me.
How come you can say Jesus is a prophet?
That's what the Bible says. I don't say that. The Bible says that.
And at the same time you're saying Jesus is God.
He's also a priest. He's also a king. Jesus is also a priest. You recognize that, right? He came after the order of Melchizedek.
Miles Monroe is right.
Oh, really?
Jesus is not a prophet.
Oh, okay.
Jesus is God only begotten Son, according to John 3 and 16.
Okay. So he's not a prophet. So he's not a prophet.
I think you need to get a black Bible. This red Bible getting you mixed up.
Let me ask a question, sir. Do you struggle with reading and comprehension?
What?
Say what?
Bradley, oh, Jesus.
Anyway, listen, give me a call, 814
I give him a call. Mr. Wall, you speak, you was a false prophet.
Okay.
Bradley, you don't ask people that.
Yeah, we looked at some passages today. Let me ask you a question. Do you have any command of the English language?
But you also don't ask people that. What is wrong with you? 32377.
I'm so sorry, people.
Oh,
Y'all know
God.
that's not my nature. But see, here's my point. We read it. It's in black and white.
Yeah.
And that's why I have to ask that question.
Yeah.
Do you struggle with comprehension?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because in Acts, the 8th chapter, when we look at how the Ethiopian eunuch was returned from Jerusalem, sitting in his chariot, reading from Isaiah the prophet, and Philip came to him and said, listen, do you understand what you're reading?
You struggle with little English.
Do you understand what you're reading?
That's good. Oh, listen, this is how you know the show is live. 323-777-569-80775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
This is interesting.
Good afternoon. How are you, spiritual advisor and demon?
Good.
Doing well.
Oh, you call my name so well. You from Acklands, eh?
No.
You call my name. You call my name like how Acklands people is called my name.
Really?
Yeah.
What I call you for, like when you telling people where to find you on the various stations, you could speak a little slower. You speak it too fast.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know where to find him, though?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Go onto Facebook, type in ILTV. And when you type that in, you're going to see the little icon. You click that. And then you click follow. And every single time we come on, bam. When we hot, you hot.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hey, good afternoon.
You can't speak English, Lord. Hello, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roll.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Fine.
Great.
Listen, all of this protest could have been avoided, you know. Now, Mr. Miller, listen to me carefully. The middle class managers, like the old people used to say, they kind of well off. So there is the one who could have waited until December. And the lower class, who can't pay the light bill, can't pay the rent, they should attend to them first. Because the middle class, they could have waited. They're the ones who could have waited because they're making money.
That's
So
how you
they
feel,
just,
though,
you know,
because
they
I know
think
people.
back
I know people who've been to work longer than me, and they don't have bucket to pee in, and if they have bucket to pee in, they don't have window to throw them out. I'll tell you that.
Who that is, the lower class?
No, some of them same people sitting in them top chair.
Because they hang their basket higher than they can reach it.
But that rule go for everybody. You can't tell me you just make $1,700 and you got $1,200 mortgage. The way
but realistically now, the middle class well off, more well off than the lower class.
No, all I'm saying is that the Bible admonishes us that there is a way. No. The Bible says that there is a way that seemeth right to a man.
Right.
You know what the Bible promises us, though? That the end of that is destruction. If you make $1,700, don't let a lending institution take $1,300 out of it.
No, that's poor.
Yeah, and so somebody needs to offer them guidance.
MPS and financial officers, they're making money.
Yeah.
They could pay their light bill. The ones who are on minimum wage, they're the ones they should have taken care of first.
Okay, well, can I be ambivalent about it? Can I be ambivalent about it?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I am neither for or against. I feel like money does benefit all people. So whoever get the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we know how Bahamian go with money.
But December is only 45 days away from here.
Uh-huh.
You agree?
The higher class don't get and don't spend that and go on to all of Europe and everything.
And that's
while
what I
people
say.
waiting until before December.
So I say, tell the BPSU to tell everybody who don't collect the money, send theirs back.
Right.
And then we can pay the lower salaries.
Yeah, but they get 10 to the poor first, man.
Yeah.
And another thing,
Uh-huh.
I hear all of this about civil service, but why do they look at the pensioners?
This is interesting. I've heard that argument before.
Yeah, why? Do you know how much?
Yes.
You could wait for 50 years, and the pension, what they give you is from hand to mouth.
Wow.
Kelly. But the pensioners have nobody to talk for them.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct, ma'am.
Now, Mr.
100%.
Miller, now, I put that in your hand.
Listen, and if you leave it with, listen, the only hand better than these hands.
It's God on it.
I could tell you that.
Okay.
And that is as sure as twice one is two.
Yeah, man, listen here. They have some old people, 70, 80. Man, getting $500 a month, and the light bill is, you know what I mean?
I can work on that for you.
And we have nobody to look out for the pensioners. I hear nobody mention the pensioners.
I can look out for you. You watch. Miles Laroda, do something for these people. I know Miles very well. When I see Miles, I can say, Miles, what about the pensioners, Miles? Because you know,
Don't
Miles,
let me down now.
Miles ain't young, so indirectly he could be a pensioner.
Yeah.
And I can say, Miles, what about when you was a pensioner? You won't go to the bank to go pick up $500, Miles? Put a little something on it so that when you get there, it could be a little something. That's what I can say to him, and I believe he can believe me.
Okay, have a good day,
You
y'all.
too. You want to take one more, Bradley? Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hey, pleasant good afternoon, Levan. How you doing?
Hey, Anton.
How you doing?
I good. I feel good.
Good. Are you all right? Spiritual, how you doing?
Yeah, right here. I'm right here.
Anton is
okay. And good afternoon to the nation.
Anton, before you proceed.
Yes, sir.
I felt led to say this to you. That we understand that you call a lot of talk shows. I've never said this to you before, but I'm feeling led to say this to you today.
Is the Spirit revealing this to you?
Anton,
I'm listening.
Most people feel as if you need to give a more balanced view and perspective of issues that are going on in this country. People feel as if that your comments and views are extremely biased and they only lead one way. So whatever it is in your commentary, whatever this is going on in the country, just try to see if you could give a balanced view so that folks could go and weigh it with the pros and the cons and make a decision.
Anton.
But most people feel that their views are extremely
Anton.
left.
I hear you, Spiritual. Yeah, what do you think?
That's me one talking now, right?
Why you cut me off?
You let Latre do that. He's the director of communications. You was a PLB, right? I ain't never see Anton. I spent my whole life as a San Antonio Spurs fan, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know why I hate the Lakers?
Tell me.
Because every time we ain't going to the dance, only one person stopped me, right?
The Lakers.
Yeah. And my brother, as much as Kobe Bryant was beating the daylights out of us down there in San Antonio,
the Black Mamba,
I never hear Kobe Bryant say, man, let me just shoot 10 in the other hoop for them so they can catch it.
Listen, Mr. Miller, I love your analogy. I honestly love that, sir.
You let the trade be balanced because we paying him on the public place. Go ahead.
And then make my one comment. Let me say this to you. The only other person whose hands are better and more trusted than you outside of the Almighty himself is Anton Thompson.
Anton, I see we running out of time, so are you going to call us on the next side?
Let me get my comment in.
We gone. Yeah, that's the jingle. So, spiritual advisor here, Church Out and Crab crawling. Producer, show them the Church Out spiritual advisor. Crabs are crawling everywhere.
Oh, really?
You are not going to believe this. But I'll tell you one thing. The FNA, my brother, that's what's going to save them. You don't believe me?
Oh, really?
The FNA, because we do. These bunch of crab, they stand no chance against us. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back. This is Freedom March.
Every single person matters. Every single dream is worthy of support. Every single challenge must be confronted. There is no space for sitting small. There is no space for fear. But there is room enough for those who are brave enough to refuse the path of the least resistance, and with brave hearts cut a path for those who are counting on us.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
This is Freedom March.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. Again, I'm Levan Miller. Bradley Rowell, spiritual advisor extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with me. And we're on 103.5, The Beat.
Oh, you say The Beat FM, I say 103.5 FM The Beat.
Okay.
Because 103.5 is the station that is, what do you call it, frequency? Producer, what does FM mean? Frequency something.
I just call it what my son has called it. My son has called it 103.5 The Beat, and that's what I just call it. That in the name?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, boy.
Where's The Beat or FM The Beat, whatever.
Channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's on Flow. And on ILTV Studios
page
on Facebook, where you should be following us.
What about YouTube?
And we on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah? That was good?
Indeed, yeah.
Fantastic stuff. I don't say that if you're already listening to us. I say that so that you could go call your friends and tell your friends, turn off the nonsense and come over here and come listen to us on Freedom March, where at least our goal often is to inform, to educate. And sometimes when we run very hot, it gets entertaining. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Let's go to the phone lines. 323-775-698-0775. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon. How are you all this afternoon?
Good.
You all
Doing
look
well.
fine on this TV this afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
Doing well.
I see Bradley. I think he using new lotion.
What you say? So you smell good?
So you look so fine.
How did you smell us from
She
where
said
you
you
are?
look fine.
No, I didn't say smell. I said look.
Yeah.
You know, you look like a gentleman this afternoon.
Yeah,
Go on.
that's Levon. He been to the place there.
Yeah. Island Connect.
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Hey.
I'm calling about the previous caller, a lady which spoke about the low class government people who didn't get paid first.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to that conclusion myself. I said they should have started from the bottom and then, you know, go up to the top. Because the top do have more, you know, a couple of dollars more than us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing she spoke on about the pensioners.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Miller, I've worked in the hotel for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out of the hotel now from 1990. And I'm still getting the same pension from then to now.
Were you a part of the union?
Yes.
Well, what the union doing but that? Because I hear they got plenty money.
Mr. Miller, I wouldn't even speak on that part. That part is so ridiculous.
Wow.
Tell us not. You know,
They still let's give you all the ham and the turkey?
Man. You know,
No, my grandmother spent 47 years in the hotel. She was there from it was Patania Tower, and she used to work in the Cafe Casino kitchen, the Coleman kitchen, and Villa de Esta. You know about those restaurants?
I heard about them. I didn't work at that. I work at Holiday Inn.
Oh, you was in the Holiday Inn, okay.
And you know, I am so amazed to see how we've been treated. We been treated like Ms. Miller, and I've been voting from 1972.
Mm-hmm. You voted from 1972?
Yes,
Wow.
all my life.
Wow.
But Mr. Miller, I'm not going to vote anymore.
No?
No.
Now, hold on now. You voted from 1972?
All my life.
You voted from 1972, and in 2025, you can let them stop you?
Oh, yeah. They ain't stopping me. I just, see, my grandma used to say when you're a young A, it ain't so bad.
Yeah, but don't grow up to be an old A, because then you'll be a capital A, and you might be followed by a small A.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right
I
now.
have one piece of advice for you.
Go ahead.
If you have lost hope in the PLP, you could always find some hope in the FNA. Thank you.
Cause we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. We are the FNA because we don't play. Come go this way because we don't play. Come go this way and vote for the FNA. When they shout PLP, just say no way. You're going with us in the FNA. The FNM done lost their way, and we don't play, we vote in FNA. The COI have a plan, they say, but the best plan is to go with the FNA. We are.
And so if the PLP ain't doing it for you, my friend, need you look no further. The FNA is here to stay. We on our way, and we don't.
I don't know. You all ain't gonna be on the ballot. I'm thinking.
I'll tell you what. I went to Kid Island last weekend, and while in Arthur's Town, Bradley, you wouldn't believe. Much to my amazement.
You ain't gonna find none down there.
FNAs, my brother.
Yeah.
I was at the local community church fair, right? Because they told me the church was having something. I said I must hurry and go. And as I arrived, Bradley, the woman from True the People say to me, she said, Mr. Miller, I's FNA, and oh boy, my brother, he is a big FNA. And I say, look at how these people are beginning to see the way.
Producer, I hear him. Let's do this. Prioritize Antoine call. Find Antoine and put him on.
Antoine is still there?
Yeah,
Hello, Antoine.
Let's hear from Antoine.
Yes.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you so very much, Virgil. I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're an honorable man, even though you're an FNM.
Antoine.
Yes.
Antoine, and let's get people to understand that even though me and you sit on opposite sides of this political divide, we're friends.
Yes. Absolutely, we are.
Hands down.
No
doubt
about it.
Absolutely, indeed.
As a matter of fact, let me add something in the spirit of Senator, may God continue to rest your soul, Senator Munker, that he always said. He expects for the Honorable Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis, to give the spiritual advisor,
big,
Bradley
fat,
Rose,
juicy
one
contract.
of those big, juicy contracts.
and Antoine, it's amazing that you said that, right? Because apparently, I want you to listen to this now, Antoine.
I'm listening carefully.
Apparently, Belinda Wilson said something very interesting on radio today, and how
what's that?
A lot of times the Prime Minister gives directives,
orders,
and he have people working against him. And guess what, Antoine? That is true.
Well,
Antoine, it is true. Let me. I can let you go right now.
I've spoken to that.
Antoine, I can let you go right now.
I've spoken to that.
It is true. Let me prove to you how that is. Listen, I have spoken personally with the Prime Minister.
You can't talk the Prime Minister business.
About that very same, I had to let this go, about the very same thing that you talk about. Do you know I was sent to somebody? And the person told me, boy, the Prime Minister, that's why he in trouble now. He's trying to help too much people.
Well,
that's the problem. That's something to think about. Wow. Go ahead, Antoine.
On that end, Bradley, see, the Prime Minister, he has a big, beautiful heart, right? And the Prime Minister needs to have the people around him who are closest to him, who are in alignment with his big, beautiful heart. Because it should never come down to saying the Prime Minister is trying to do too much. Because our people have been left behind so badly over the decades, have been disadvantaged so badly over the decades. It's going to take a heart like the Prime Minister to give us a fighting chance moving forward. Now, Mr. Miller, you said something so important, right? And this is, I listened to the president of the BUT, right? The teachers union, Mrs. Wilson today, right? I listened to her go on and on and on and on and on about matters that was discussed in that meeting, right? And one thing continually popped into my mind is what you just said. Why is she on national radio revealing the private, confidential discussions of their negotiation with the Minister of Finance and Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas? Something has to be wrong with that. Something has to be absolutely wrong with that. You do not do that, especially before you reach the conclusion, in addition to going out and making the threat, which is why the Prime Minister pulled back from meeting with them. You don't
I saw
want
he
no
did have a
meeting with
meeting.
no
He did have a meeting
under,
today.
under threat.
But he did have a meeting today. He met today with Becca Wu.
With 3 unions.
FAMU.
Yes.
Well, not 3 unions. So he met with 2 unions and the Congress that represents them.
Right. And let me, so that I don't forget, let me say this, Mr. Miller, because this is what I really called for initially, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you, and I listened to you yesterday, and there's so many things that I could talk about, but it's so, like you say, you never order of
Never order show, I just order time. Yeah.
Right? Listen, that study, that analysis from the Financial Review, because I started to read it, I got up to around page 40 or 50, right? And one thing that was glaring to me, that was also surprising to me, is that the people at the upper echelons, the executives of the civil service, they are the ones who are most disadvantaged financially. It's not the people at the bottom. It's not the people in the middle.
But that is relative. That is relative, right? That is
people.
relative. That is relative, Anton. My daddy used to work for a man by the name of Tony Otley, who always said this, that everybody burden in life is the heaviest to tote. So the man with the 1 foot feel like having 1 foot is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
and then you run into the man with the no foot.
Right.
And then the man with the no foot say, 1 foot, that's a joke, man, I ain't got no foot. And then the man with the no foot push himself right up the road and just meet the fella right out there who only got waist.
Right.
You follow me? And so, it is all relative, but I take the point, Anton. I want to get a couple other callers in, Anton. You gone?
You done?
Wait, God bless.
All right, take care.
So, and here's what I do want to say. Firstly, let me say a special shout out to FNAs who are at this moment, Bradley, telling me about their support for the FNA. My friends down there at BEC, who are, or BPL, whatever you all is called yourself these days, right? Who have said that they are FNAs and that they also, Bradley, do not play.
All right, so why don't you just go ahead and form your own party?
I already form it.
Okay.
You see, we got name, we got song, we got logo. You don't tell me how to run my party.
All right. So you better start naming some people.
I'm well on my way. And also, I want to say a special shout out to Miss Lorraine Young, who is one of the saviors of the woman them, right? That's Jody Ma. And I want to say hello to her because I understand that Bradley, she is locked and loaded and always watching Freedom March. And so, because of that, I want to say a special shout out and hello to her from Freedom March, right? And she called me and gave me some instructions the other day. And I'm actively working on those, Miss Young. And I'm going to see if she tell me also make sure that I work on you because she wants you to be a little saver.
Okay.
She don't think you save enough.
Well, all I could tell her, I believe, it is through the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that I'm saved.
And she want me to keep dragging you closer to the grace. She feel like you might be a little too far.
Man could do
you might be a
absolutely
little
nothing
too far from the grace, Bradley.
Well,
so I want to say, Bradley, see the grace over here? And I grab you and I drag you straight because you know I'm church of God. All right?
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
So, Miss Lorraine Young, hello, wherever you are today. Let's take some more phone calls.
Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Are you there, caller? 323-7775-6980-775-6980.
Hello?
Hey. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm answering the question with that lady who spoke about the pension.
Right. Is it true?
Yeah, but she's saying that the pension never changed from she started from when? I can't remember.
1990s.
Yeah, for her she said. Is that true?
Yeah, okay. You get pension according to what you contribute, the amount you get. Okay? Now, if she only contribute a certain amount of years, she only gonna get a certain amount. Now, I left Crystal Palace in 2007. And I think I started 400 and something. Okay, and each year the government increase it a little $20 or whatever. But in the maid, when I was a maid in the hotel, you don't hardly get that much money.
Right.
So the maids right now, they get more. Pension now that they retire because they start taking pension out of their gratuity. So some of them could get up to almost $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
so it really don't go, if you don't contribute like that, you're not going to get that amount.
Okay. That's good information to have.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I
Okay.
also want to ask this question, Bradley, and I want to speak this into people's consciousness, because I want people to. Here is what I think the goal over here at Freedom March is. It is always to bring a little bit of perspective, to broaden the perspectives, and to add some sobriety, right? Like that is what I hope we can do here at Freedom March. I always want people to see the view as broadly as possible, and then to add some calm to it, yeah? Because if, we do the very best, or we make the very best decisions we can in life with the information that is available. But sometimes you don't have available information, so you have to draw on information from the past, right? Or you have to draw on principles of the present. And when you attach those to the information that you do not have, sometimes it can adjust your temperament. And so I've said to people, and I mean this with the greatest level of respect, is it easier to furnish people with the master's degree level education and 30 years of experience? Or is it easier to furnish a general service worker? Which of the two do you imagine is easier to add to your employment? Bradley?
I'm thinking.
Would you like me to cue the Jeopardy music?
Which one is easier?
Yes, if you had to hire, if you lost your permanent secretary today,
boy,
but you also lost the guy that washes the cars.
You can play some easier.
You think the car washing guy is easier?
I think so, yeah.
That's my exact point. And so, if the government say, listen, we're trying to make sure that talent doesn't move. Because every day, Bradley, when I served in another capacity,
that's a serious argument, though. You reckon that's what you're trying to do?
No, I'm not trying to do anything. When I worked in a different capacity, in a different dispensation of my life, you know what we used to do, Bradley? We used to go around and headhunt decent public servants who was being underpaid. And you say, how much the government paying you? And you say 60. You say, come for 75. And the fella, you better hope you know children you love in the road, because he ready to knock down little children coming over here. You follow my point? God help you if he already secure enough money to get a decent pension. He'll take the pension and skate over here for $10,000 more a year. That causes a brain drain in the government system. All I'm saying is, while these people are equal in value, their values aren't the same. You with me? Let's go to the phone lines.
They want... Wow.
While I want the guy that washes the car to wash the car, if he dropped down there right now, finding another car washing guy isn't as difficult
versus the other guy.
Isn't as, because first, at the very least, I need to find someone who has had 7 years to go to college to get a master's degree, and then I have to find someone who is old enough to have also had 20 years of work experience.
I hope they understand that.
Let's go to the phone lines.
I hope they do.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
I'm there?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Miller and Mr. Special Advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 little short points to make. Please listen to me before you interrupt, because I know time is limited. Okay. I called there one day about the Bahamas Public Service Union. And I understand you were saying that I found out if it's true. I had the lady on the line, which is my family member. I went with her to the bank when this check was. These checks, now she don't go every month. 5 checks, and the 5 check was bounced. Another thing, with the money, with the big people getting to pay the money, it's the accountant who decides, not the prime minister, it's the accountant decides who gets the money first.
Right.
It goes from the top to the bottom, because why? It's less people on the top, and it's more people to the bottom.
Right.
You understand? And these people who make a noise with this money, if the prime minister that offer them that, how they going to pay their mortgage?
Yeah.
How they going to pay their child's school fees? And the more money they give some of them, all they do
more they spend.
is go and get themselves in
More expense.
people from there. Because I could talk for it, because I have it in my family.
Yeah. And don't forget, some of them got to go to the doctor as soon as they get the money.
Okay, before the money come, how they was getting to the doctor?
I don't know. I just tell you what they say.
How many mortgages is being paid? How many child school? Where's the daddy of these children? What they want to put on the prime minister?
Lord.
The prime minister didn't make these children.
Oh boy. Yeah, socially that is also something you really can't say. You can't say, not socially and be correct. You follow me, Gola?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, so I'm saying, while it is a decent question to ask, at a bar top, you can't really publicly ask for the daddy. I mean, the government has an obligation to protect children. And so, as a consequence of that, when children become a burden in any way, the government shores up that effort, eh? You still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
I was asking you.
He's still trying. The Prime Minister's still trying.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, but I'm just
trying,
saying.
Man. What more can he do?
No,
you know something, Mr. Miller? Before I leave, Mr. Miller, what if the Prime Minister then authorized this money from the goodness of his heart? It wouldn't have been no strike.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like I said, sometimes it is tough. It is tough when the country is dependent on you. Like, I got 6 people dependent on me, and sometimes that just overwhelmed me. I couldn't imagine at 74, I tell them if I was Philip Davis, I would cut Christie and Ingram off because them two home laying up, they probably don't put on pants till they tell but 11 o'clock in the day. And at 74, I have to have Belinda Wilson almost tear my shoulder off trying to get to my car. I would have been so mad at them too if they was my friends. All right, caller. Thank you. Let's take it about producer.
You have a blessed day.
Yeah, 23777. You can imagine that your 2 friends stay on the job so long that you was an old man coming to work. I was been so mad with them too. But again, the weight of what is the saying? Say heavy is the head that wears the crown. Isn't that it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh boy. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
You've been around a lot of old people.
Hey, caller.
Wonderful. I just wanted to say exactly what this caller just said. It's more person at the bottom than at the top.
Yeah.
And probably the budget only could have fit the ones at the top at this time. So that's why the Prime Minister was paid the manager first.
Plus, caller, do you want to look for a car washing person, or do you want to look for somebody that A, has a master's degree, B, has 25 years working experience, C, is skilled in the art of Microsoft Suite, D, understands, international relations and business. Which one of them 2 people, if you had to wake in HR tomorrow morning, you would like to go look for to hire?
Oh, of course, the skilled persons, because I could go out there and wash my car myself on a Saturday.
This is my point.
For recreation.
This is my point. So if the fella with the master's degree and the 25 years tell you he leaving, we got to figure out a way to retain that.
Yes, we have definitely locked them down.
Yeah, so, I tell Bradley, when I operated in another, incarnation of my life, we used to headhunt them. We lay the best people to headhunt because we know they ain't got no money.
Right. And another thing, Levi, this thing with Lincoln, what he said about the opposition leader. But you remember it was a similar thing in the House when the opposition leader threw something over to Glennis, which was ruled as well.
Yeah, but only us who know the news know. So that was an innuendo, right? But only us who just read the news. I'm willing to bet that if you ask 10 people, like if I was giving away money on this table right now, I probably could leave here with all my money because 10 people can't tell me what house or what reason her name was called. They can't tell you. And that's my problem with Bahamians. A lot of times we get upset. Remember Bahamians was mad about the sale of BTC?
Yeah.
Ask 100 Bahamians. What about the sale of BTC make you mad? I promise you 97 of them can't tell you.
That's right. And then he never came back and apologized to Dennis. And he said that's something. But he wants Lincoln to come and apologize to him.
I could tell you if I were to give the Free National Movement one piece of advice, you know what it would be?
What's that?
Ditch these bunch of womanish man. They have womanish man driving the campaign. And that's why everything they say sound like womanishness. And womanishness don't have logic in it. And voters require some logic.
And then another thing, Miller, I can go. The guy in Freeport, he say all kind of things with no proof all the time. Him and the next one, Navarre. They always doing those kind of things, and you don't hear no apologies, and they don't come back and correct themselves.
Again, more womanish behavior.
Yeah.
And unless they adjust that strategy, I don't see them doing very well. As a matter of fact, caller, thank you for your call. I predicted that Brave Davis is getting ready to pull a Mia Motley on this boy. You have any predictions?
Nah, none at all.
But I hear tonight they tell me the church out and the crowd crawling. Y'all give me 10 minutes, let me get past the traffic, and then y'all could go be PLPs all the way. I ain't into too much of that. Bradley?
I'll be busy.
Anyway, this has been Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right here again tomorrow.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back.